my client's highest planche level when we started working together 2 months ago, and this is him now doing straddle planche presses and holds, and in this video I will show you exactly how we did it step by step so you can do the same. But before going into the actual training structure and all the details, first of all I want to show you when we started working together. I want to show you all the information, all the details, because honestly, if I saw a YouTube video like that, I wouldn't believe it, because this type of progress is actually crazy. So I just want to make sure, guys, that you know that it's all legit and you can actually see when we started working together. So first of all, let's check the WhatsApp, because this is where I'm speaking with all of my clients. And unfortunately, I was changing my phone and half of my chats were deleted, so you can see from this message. And this is like 19th of June. Now it's like 25th of July, okay, so it's like 1 month ago. So some of the videos are lost, but I'm still going to put some videos, you know, later in this video so you can check his form and the progress and everything. But yeah, just to let you know for the WhatsApp. But the good thing is that you can see the training structure and you can see that we have been working together for, this is going to be the 9th week. But the straddle planche hold and press is from last week. And we started with planche tuck hold, okay? You can see that planche tuck hold for the first workout. And here we are already working on the straddle planche. So now we are going in details in everything. And I'm going to show you the whole plan, the whole structure, how we trained, why, so that you can actually take this information, apply it to your case, and make the same progress. And by the way, if you're learning the planche now, I have a special gift for you, so just check this video, it's literally like 30 seconds. I went from tuck to full planche in less than a year, and I made such a crazy progress because I trained hard, but also smart. And most people skip the second part, and this is why they are staying stuck on the same progression for months, sometimes even years. They think that just training hard and always pushing to failure every single workout is going to make them progress, but it doesn't work like that. And this is why I created my free planche guide, where I explain you the proper technique of every single progression and planche exercise, and also you're going to get a training program that you can follow step by step. So if you want to get the guide, once again it's completely free, just DM me the word progress on Instagram. I will leave the link in the description and I will send it to you. So let's get back to the beginning. When we started working with Heis, he sent me some videos of his planche, you know, handstands and other skills. And from the beginning I saw that he's a strong guy, okay? He's super strong, but his technique was completely off, especially in the planche. And the planche was our main goal from the beginning. So he wanted to learn the planche, he sent me some tuck attempts, tuck holds, and I can see that his straight arm strength is great, he's strong, but he didn't understand anything, and I mean like anything about the planche. Probably going to put some videos here from the ones that I have still saved, but his main problem wasn't strength, it was technique and proper structuring of the workouts, which is basically how you make progress in calisthenics. It's not just about strength, it's also about training in the right way and knowing how to activate everything properly. So the first stage of our training was the foundation. So we're going to call it the foundation because the goal was to teach his body how to use his strength properly, because again, he had strength, but he didn't know how to use it right. So here you can see that in this stage, we were focusing the most on the form, on tut. So tut means basically time under tension. We had to spend more time in the progressions that we started working with. As you saw from the program, we started with tuck planche. And I knew that even if from the beginning if I told him to do straddle holds with a band, most likely he was going to be able to do it, but his form was awful, okay? So that was the main thing that we had to fix from the beginning, to fix the understanding of the planche and to actually teach him the right form. Because if he can hold the straddle planche, it doesn't mean that we have to move straight away to the straddle planche, because we need to master the activations, we need to teach his body to actually engage his muscles properly, because if we are not going to do that in the beginning, it's going to be way harder to do it later. So we had to get rid of all the bad habits that he had. For example, retracting when he is doing the planche tuck, you know, elevating his hips, opening his core, engaging the lower back. Like, we had to clean all of that before moving to the next stage. So we focused on that. We focused on having the right activations. So basically in the planche, shoulder depression, protraction, squeezed core inside, and only once I saw that he can hold the advanced tuck with a good form, only then we moved forward, because that was the main goal. I know that he's strong. I know that he can do the advanced tuck for 10 plus seconds, but it doesn't matter if the form is not correct. So that was the main goal in the beginning. You can see light work, more volume, so we did longer holds, not so intense, as you can see, less intensity, because we actually focused on teaching his body the right activations. And once we have done that, only then we moved to the straddle planche. And now in terms of his workouts, I'm going to show you exactly what we did, but keep in mind that it's going to be different for every person and it really depends on your level. So for some of you this might work, for some of you this might not work. It depends on your level and your goals, but this is what we did in his case. We basically had 4 workouts: Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. And here at the bottom you can see the goal, the purpose, the intention of every single workout, okay? On Monday we have the most intense session, so you can see intense light accessories and conditioning. This is the session when we are pushing our limits. You do your hardest progressions, hardest holds, and even if the form is going to break a little bit, it's fine. You're focusing on going to the next progression, pushing hard and bridging the gap. On Wednesday, we have semi-intense day. So it's still intense, we are still working on hard holds, but with light bends most likely. Again, depends on your level, and more technique focus. So we have also more dynamics. We have more dynamic straight arm exercises and more dynamic pushing exercises like front lever pull-ups, planche push-ups and so on. And we have more technique focus, as I already said. So we are trying to accumulate more volume in this session with less intensity. And the last session on Friday is for second priority goals. For example, in High's case, it's handstand push-ups, handstand presses, lighter stuff. Still technique work on the main goals, so planche and front lever, but with middle bends, to understand the form, again, just to have more frequency and more time under tension. And we can finish the workout with basics, in his case, like pull-ups, dips, pike push-ups. Again, it really depends on your goals, but just some light hypertrophy work, like basics. You can do some weighted calisthenics if you want to, so it really depends. And the last workout is on Sunday, which is a free workout. Obviously, no structure for that, it's a free workout. The goal here is just to do something light before the main workout, which is going to be on Monday, so that you can kind of wake up your body, so that you're not going to be too rusty on Monday after 2 days of rest. So you can do lighter progressions, or you can do the progressions that you're working on, but with bends, just to feel the movement, just to activate your body. But the important thing is not push too hard, because otherwise you're going to be cooked for the main session on the next day. So once we finished the first stage, we did a little deload for 1 week to let his body rest properly, so that then we are going to go fresh into the next training stage, which is going to be an intensity stage. Because on the first stage we focused on building volume, understanding the form, and now we are actually ready to go hard and to use the strength that he has already with the technique that we have built through the first stage. So we moved straight away to the straddle planche, to the piked straddle planche, because he had the strength for it. Like, I saw it. We don't need to do super advanced tucks, building volume there. Like, I know that he's ready. We understood the form, he knows how to engage everything properly, so we're ready to go more intense. And we started with piked straddle planche, and his progress literally skyrocketed, because, as I told you, he's a strong guy, and I saw it from the beginning, and he just, like, once it clicked, once he understood the technique, like, his progress literally started blowing up every single week. So we focused on piked straddle with bends, with some bodyweight holds. We moved from piked straddle to half pike straddle very fast. So we focused on shorter holds, obviously shorter holds because it's more intense, it's harder. We're building also volume and fixing the form in the straddle planche, because obviously yes, he knew how to engage everything properly, he knew what is the right form, but it doesn't mean that automatically every single progression after that is going to be perfect. So we still focused on building more volume, holding it for longer, and fixing the form. And we also had some conditioning, because like doing 10, for example, 10 intense holds per workout, that's stupid, and it's not really going to help you with anything. You're just going to burn yourself out. So after the intense holds, we still did some advanced holds for, once again, more volume, conditioning, time under tension. You can't just spam intense holds and expect to make progress every single week. It doesn't work like that. So basically we focused on these things in the stage 2. We are building volume, making sure that he's getting comfortable with the pike straddle, so that after that we can move forward and go more intense with the actual straddle. Because as I told you, he can unlock the straddle on the 8th week, which is crazy. Once again, if I saw a YouTube video like that, probably I wouldn't believe it, but I showed you everything from the beginning, on my computer, like that's actually true. I'm also shocked, but it's crazy how much progress you can do when you have a person who is going to guide you, a coach who is going to tell you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, what you should improve, what you should fix. Especially if you have like a solid background before that. If you are a strong guy and you have this guidance, like you're going to progress in calisthenics crazy fast. And also, forgot to mention that we started working on the front lever after the first deload. So in the 2nd week, we started working on the front lever, because in the beginning we were focusing on muscle ups in terms of the pulling skills, because he wanted to master the muscle up. We got it pretty fast, and after the deload we started focusing more on the front lever and the planche. And now we are slowly entering the stage 3, which is going to be intensity with combos. Because Heis sent me a 10-second hold of straddle planche last week, and also straddle planche press. And yes, of course, his straddle planche is still not like 10 out of 10, it's still not completely perfect, but 10 seconds is a lot, with a pretty good form. It's not awful, it's a pretty good one. And he also tried the full planche, and he managed to hold it for a few seconds with a bend, which is telling me that we are ready to move on. Okay, we don't need to spend more time on perfecting the straddle, because it's just going to happen automatically. And we can move to the full planche step by step, because he is ready for that. There is no point in wasting time. So, as I told you, we have been working just for 8 weeks, and now we are just entering the next stage. And the main focus here is going to be full planche, because he's basically ready to move and start working on the full planche, but we are going to back up the full planche work with straddle combos, because he can already do presses. Soon he's going to be able to do push-ups, and this is going to be the technique work, which might sound strange because the straddle planche, it's an intense skill. You might be thinking about it this way, but if you can hold the straddle planche for 10 seconds, it's not something intense for you anymore. And we are basically going to use the straddle planche for extra volume and for combos, because first of all, learning straddle planche push-ups, learning straddle planche presses, this is actually going to help you later when you're going to move to full combos, but this is just going to be for extra volume, of course. Like the full planche and the full planche hold is going to be the most intense work, and it's going to be the main priority, but the technique back off is going to be straddle planche combos. And we're also going to still focus on front lever holds, pull-ups and presses, and step by step learning the 90 degrees handstand push-ups, because he's also pretty good with handstand push-ups. He can do like 4 or 5, and we're slowly going to go a little bit more intense there too. So this is the plan now for stage 3, and probably after 1 or 2 months I'm going to make again a video of his progress, because I believe that in the next 2 months we are going to work for 2 months more. I believe that he's going to unlock the full planche, and his progress is like really crazy. So basically that was it for the video. Make sure to take action and implement all of this knowledge into your workouts. And if you feel like you need some help for unlocking your dream skills like planche, front lever, handstands, and you value your time, you don't want to waste years just to unlock a certain skill, and you want to do everything right from the beginning, you can apply for my one-on-one coaching. It's the first link in the description, a simple application, you can fill it out. I'm going to reach out to you and we are going to see if we are going to be a good fit for each other. Once again, I hope that this video was helpful. Expect redemption as always, and see you in the next one.